Hello and thanks for checking out ChartGuys.com. We're proud to be one of the most successful technical analysis communities online, teaching you the skills to become a more confident, effective, and informed trader. Join our community of hundreds of analysts worldwide working together to learn the charts, generate profit, and achieve financial independence. For access to daily live chart analysis and market coverage, a thriving chat community, along with dozens of hours of exclusive educational materials. We look forward to seeing you. Let's check out some charts. Hey everyone, checking in on the MJ space, a complete 180 turnaround in trading today, and have to look to the S&P 500 for that correlation. If you've been watching my market videos, that certainly is clear to you, just in the sense that we had an extremely strong day yesterday and a complete all-out dump, tons of fear in the market today. I've never seen a 180 switch that significantly in such a short amount of time on the S&P 500 in as long as I can recall. I've seen fear shift to bullish on a V-shaped bounce, but not a big 2% bull move into a 3% red day the next day without any meaningful headline being the reason. So there's a lot of candlesticks that look like SPY, and CGC is a good example of that. But to add to the bearish action, CGC is dumping big time after hours, very unimpressive earnings, and we're down in the 28s. I've already traded it pre-market, or after hours I should say. I got filled at 28.55. Sold it $28.95. That was a little quick day maker. And now I've got a bid again under $28 if we drop down under that level. And if that one gets filled, I may hold it into tomorrow. We'll see. But as of right now, not very interested other than that. So we are dropping to the lowest prices that we've seen in quite some time. We're looking down at 28.01, and 28 on the dot is the low of extended hours. And after 28.01, we're looking down at, wow, there's a wall at 28. After 28, we're looking down at 26.30. So I'm going to keep glancing out of the corner of my eye and see if my orders get filled. But that's what we're looking at for now. So where does this put us? The monthly time frame, we're down to key support. Bulls do not want to lose this monthly support level. Obviously, the size of the pullback at this point is certainly a red flag, but 25.26 is the most important support level, because if that is lost, we are then in a monthly downtrend with a lower high and lower low. So a lot of disappointment in CGC. The question for me is going to be, is this going to be the US sector when it gets going with federal help? Is that going to be traders and investors saying, well, look how poorly it went for Canada and how those earnings resulted? Or are they going to say, we can do it so much better than Canada, it's going to be a lot better, and that hype and euphoria will kick in? That remains to be seen. That will be interesting for me, but bottom line is the euphoria is over, and we're now in the real world, and earnings are not backing up the prices that we hit during euphoria speculation phases. And I'm speaking in general for the sector as a whole. So today was marked with its weakness, not only in the S&P 500, bearish reaction to TLRY, T-God, I mean, you name it, we just had bear reaction to earnings. And now we're getting hit with CGC bearish reaction to earnings. So a lot of fuel for the bears in this space. And we'll be watching the extended hours levels tomorrow for CGC. 29.05 will be a resistance level. And looks like I'm probably not going to get filled. That's okay. And we'll see where we open tomorrow. CRON. And again, we want to see after hours how everybody's responding. CRON is set for a gap down open with the bearish reaction to the sympathy play. Correlation, I should say. So we had our low, high of the bounce, higher low, lower high. Pullback today made that 14.03 our lower high. And now it's all about 12.79. If that breaks, it'll be a clear bear break. And we'll look down to lower lows. If that holds, then this tightening daily range will remain. So all about 12.79 support tomorrow. And if the bulls can hold 12.79, they're going to have to see a break of 13.30 to break the hourly lower highs. ACB, again, just brutal. We set our daily higher low, we started to bounce, and then we just wiped it out. And just like that, we're looking back at the low of 585 after hours. We're dumping even more, and we're at 585. So after 585 on ACB, looking at the monthly time frame, a lot of space still, have to hold 458. But after 585, the next support that we're going to be looking down at is 5 psychological. And again, we'd never change the daily trend. I know I'm a broken record at this point, but it's 4 months of solid bounces Solid bull moves, zero follow through, zero trend change. New lower high at 674. Anything under 674 keeps the lower high pattern intact. APHA, daily lower high, very quickly set at 696, and now it's all about 621. And again, talked about it on Midas letter today, but it's just the same downtrend that we've been in for months. The chart got picked up with a gap up open on earnings and put up there, and now it's the same downtrend. Lower highs and lower lows, and if we see a bear break of 621, we're looking down at 6 psychological, and then gap fill back towards the downside. After hours, weakness with CGC correlation. TLRY, huge dump today, 39.31 breaking. So this is the lowest price we've seen on TLRY in a couple months, and now we're just looking right back down at 34.25. After hours, a little bit of weakness, 34.25 must hold level. Otherwise, that's the lowest price that we've seen in a very long time, and we'll just be looking at psychological levels down to 30 from there. I need to cancel my order. One thing that I do if I'm looking for a play based on a dump or an RSI and overextended conditions, if we see a short-term bounce before my order gets filled, I cancel it. And the reason is, here we go, my reason for being in the trade or wanting to get into the trade is no longer the case. So the fact that right now on the 5-minute time frame for CGC, you know, if you see this straight drop and you fill me, my order was $27.95. I missed by 5 pennies, but if you fill me there, I'm just fine because we're overextended, and I know what short-term bounces do just to cool things off a little bit. And now that we're getting that short-term bounce, if I kept my order in the same place, the RSI levels would be much different if I got filled, and the bulls would have used some of their bounce momentum already, and I just wouldn't want to be in the trade at that point. So again, for pretty much all MJ names, we're watching hourly lower highs, which are keeping the bears in control, and daily supports. Hexo, I'm not even going to look at OGI because OGI is doing nothing except what it's been doing for the last few weeks, which is lower highs and lower lows, bearish strength. Hexo bulls have to hold 435 to keep the daily uptrend. Little higher low at 435, and we're pulling back towards that level. The hourly uptrend, you could say that's been lost. So it's all about 435. If we lose the daily uptrend, we're then looking at the weekly chart having to form a higher low compared to 373. So key support the next couple days, 435, must hold level to keep this little momentum up for the bulls. Labs. So daily time frame here, we had the sell-off of earnings yesterday, daily inside bar today, but we closed at the low, 611, 6 psychological, and we're looking for a daily higher low compared to 550, and there's no indication that that daily higher low has been formed yet. Have to change the hourly trend, and we double topped at 651, so that's now the most important resistance level. Clear hourly downtrend. VFF, again, it keeps standing out. So VFF keeps standing out as a lead bull in the MJ space. Let's see how we're reacting after hours. We're down a little bit, 10 cents or so. So we're looking for a daily higher low to form. The indication that our daily higher low has formed would be an hourly trend change. If the bulls can hold 717 and break 1836 tomorrow, that would be notable. I'm on the TSX. It's just getting very confused. So there we go. There's that little bit of downside. It's an hourly equilibrium. Bulls have to hold support of 1310 and see a bull break of 1381 in order to change this hourly trend and give us the daily higher low. And we're certainly expecting a daily higher low because bulls have a ton of space to work with. T-God, gap down, bearish reaction, daily uptrend has been lost. So the only hope for the bulls at this point is a weekly trend change where we have to hold 264 and break 369. Otherwise, any bull momentum sucked away from the bearish reaction to earnings. Curaleaf, daily inside bar today. I exited all my Curaleaf position today. Reason being, overall market weakness, still some MJ weakness, and it certainly started the morning with a lot of weakness across the sector and across my screen. So I said, I like my account number. I'm going to take a lot of profit off. So I sold my Curaleaf position. I sold my TRUL position. TRUL looks like it had some pretty good earnings, but again, this is not the sector environment for bulls to thrive. So could even see red. We'll see how it goes. We don't have any after hours action, but it wouldn't, shock me if we were to see red even on bullish reaction to earnings, just because everybody's getting dragged down with market and sector sentiment. So if we do see green, it'll be notable. Who else did I sell? Sold a little IAN, sold a little OH. So for Curaleaf, we got the daily inside bar. If we break bearish under 921, we're going to have to hold 850, 851, and then break 976 to change the daily trend. So daily inside bar on watch tomorrow. CWEB, bearish gap down reaction to earnings. There was a really nice dip buying opportunity there. And we flushed first thing after the first 10 minutes of sellers hit the road. We had a double bottom where we hit 24.53 the bottom, we bounced, and then we hit 24.48. So we broke support by 5 pennies, but essentially a double bottom, and that bounce in about 30 minutes was double-digit percentage. So really nice opportunity there. Hourly trend has to change. We got our higher low. Bulls are going to have to break 27.19 to change the hourly trend. The one good thing is we have a daily downtrend with no bear follow-through. So when that's the case, we know to zoom out and look for a potential bull flag. It's a potential weekly bull flag, but I'm going to need a little bit more proof. If we were to go red the next 2 days, for example, that would be bear follow-through on the daily trend change. But if we can change that hourly trend back to the bulls, that will be notable to keep that weekly bull flag alive. IAN, still weak, broke the little double bottom. So fading back down towards the low, 350, 345, 318 are our supports. And a lack of any kind of bounce follow through the last couple days, standing out for weakness compared to the USMJ sector yesterday, and pretty in line with everybody today. MedMen daily inside bar, again, is just treacherous for bulls holding overnight to give back 8%, 7% on a lower open. Daily inside bar, if it breaks bearish, we're looking back down towards the all-time low, and the bulls will have to form a daily higher low compared to that level. And the bulls have to change the hourly trend to shift momentum. Resistance, 269 and 293. So a couple daily inside bars to be watching out there into tomorrow. TRUL. So we'll see how earnings reaction goes. It's either 1431 key resistance or 1177 key support. Those are the two levels that I'm watching on this reaction, and we'll see if the bulls can stand out comparative to their peers. OH daily inside bar as well, so add it to the list. Notable, look at the volume. More volume today on a third of the range than what we saw yesterday. So we'll see if the bulls can change the hourly trend. Need to see a break of, and we actually don't have to change the hourly trend. We're in an hourly uptrend, but 777 and 795 are resistance. Support is 759, the first level. So, daily inside bars to watch tomorrow for OH, for MedMen, for Curaleaf. Names that stand out for their strength in a sea of weakness. VFF absolutely stands out for its strength. CWEB still standing out because bulls bought that dip. Not a whole lot of other names aside from that standing out for their strength. We will be looking for a daily higher low on labs, but it is still showing us weakness. And other than that, bigger picture, S&P 500 weakness is potentially going to make this market fearful. I'm watching the low of August as a key support level. So, we'll see. Again, this market is favoring cash overnight with these fake outs and brutal back and forth directions. I mean, the MJ sector as a whole the past 2 days has just been an absolute yo-yo. And even the veteran traders in this space, it's notable. These 10% green days, 6% red day, it's just wild. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I appreciate you watching. Videos are not going to be as consistent the next few days. We're having a Chart Guys meetup, about 50 guys and gals coming to town, camping out in the yard. Not everybody, that'd be a madhouse. But we got some fun activities coming up, so I'm not going to be on the computer much over the next 4 days. But I'll check in when I can, and I'll see you then.